It was a cold evening when Ryan, a single dad, was closing his small diner for the night. The bell above the door jingled one last time, and in stepped a woman with torn clothes, holding the tiny hand of a 4-year-old boy. Her hair was messy, her face pale, but her eyes held something Ryan couldn't ignore, fear mixed with dignity. She whispered, "Please, can we just stay here for a few minutes? My son hasn't eaten all day." Ryan looked at the boy, whose clothes were soaked from the rain, his small fingers clutching an empty toy car. Something in Ryan's chest tightened, memories of his own son crying for food after his wife passed away. Without a word, he went to the kitchen, filled 2 bowls of soup, and placed them on the table. The woman's eyes widened. "I'll pay when I can. I promise," she said softly. Ryan smiled gently. "You already did, by walking in." As the boy began to eat, the woman looked around the diner, the photos of Ryan and his son, the warmth of the lights, the quiet kindness in his eyes. For the first time in weeks, she felt safe. Outside rain poured harder, but inside, something beautiful began to bloom. 2 strangers, both broken in their own ways, had unknowingly stepped into each other's healing. And Ryan didn't know yet, this small act of compassion would soon change both their lives forever. As the storm raged outside, Ryan poured hot chocolate for the boy, who now sat comfortably on a stool, his cheeks pink from the warmth. The woman, Emily, kept thanking him between quiet sips of soup. "You don't have to do this," she murmured. Ryan smiled faintly. "I know. But I also know what hunger feels like, and what it's like to have no one care." Emily looked down, tears gathering in her eyes. "We've been sleeping in the bus station. I lost my job last month, and the landlord—" Her voice trailed off. "I just wanted my son to eat something before we tried the shelter again." Ryan nodded, listening carefully. "You don't owe me an explanation," he said kindly. "You're safe here tonight." He took a blanket from the back room and wrapped it around the little boy. "What's your name, champ?" Ryan asked. The boy blinked sleepily. "Liam." Ryan chuckled. "That's my son's name too." Emily smiled weakly, a spark of surprise lighting her tired face. It felt as if fate had drawn them together. The small diner, with its warm lights and smell of coffee, turned into a haven against the storm. After closing, Ryan offered Emily and Liam a ride to a nearby shelter, but when they reached the place, it was full. Without hesitation, he said, "You can stay in the spare room above the diner tonight." Emily hesitated, unsure if she should trust him, but one look at his kind eyes told her everything. "Thank you," she whispered, her voice trembling. That night, as Ryan watched the mother and child sleep peacefully for the first time in days, he realized something. Sometimes, the universe doesn't send people for us to save. It sends them so they can save us. The next morning, sunlight poured through the small diner window, painting the floor in golden hues. Ryan brewed coffee as he heard the sound of quiet laughter from upstairs, Emily's soft voice reading to Liam. It had been a long time since his diner had felt that alive. When they came downstairs, Emily looked embarrassed. "We'll leave soon. You've done enough." Ryan shook his head. "Stay for breakfast." "No rush." He served them pancakes, the same ones he used to make for his late wife and son. Watching Emily cut a piece for Liam made something stir inside him, a warmth he hadn't felt in years. Between bites, Emily offered, "I can help clean tables, or cook, maybe? I used to work at a cafe before everything went wrong." Ryan smiled. "Deal. You can start today, no pay for now, just meals and a place to stay until you're back on your feet." Her eyes widened, then glistened with tears. "You have no idea what this means to me." The following days transformed the diner. Emily worked hard, humming softly as she cleaned. Customers noticed the change, the atmosphere brighter, the service warmer. Liam spent his time drawing near the counter, always smiling when Ryan joked with him. One afternoon, Ryan found an old photo tucked under the register, his wife and son, both lost in an accident years ago. For the first time, he didn't feel pain when he looked at it. He just whispered, "Thank you," and glanced toward Emily and Liam. Maybe life had finally brought him a reason to hope again. That night, as rain began to fall once more, Emily softly said, "Ryan, you didn't just help us, you gave us a home." Weeks passed, and the diner became more than just a place to eat. It became a symbol of second chances. Locals began calling it the Heart Cafe, not because of its food, but because of the warmth that greeted everyone who walked through its doors. Emily's laughter filled the air, Liam's drawings covered the walls, and Ryan's quiet kindness stitched everything together. One evening, after closing time, Ryan sat with Emily at a corner booth, sipping coffee. "You've brought life back into this place," he said softly. Emily smiled, her eyes reflecting gratitude and disbelief. "You gave us a chance when no one else would. I'll never forget that." Liam, half asleep in the next booth, clutched his crayon drawing. It showed Ryan, Emily, and himself standing together under a big, bright sun. Across the top, in a child's handwriting, it read, "My family." Ryan looked at the paper and felt his throat tighten. He hadn't realized how much he needed them until that moment. "Looks like he's adopted me," Ryan said with a chuckle. Emily's eyes filled with tears. "Maybe it's time we all stopped running from the past," she whispered. Ryan reached across the table, his hand trembling slightly. "Then maybe we start a new chapter. Together." Outside, the rain had stopped. The neon diner sign flickered softly, casting a warm glow through the window. Emily nodded, smiling through her tears. "I'd like that," she said. Liam stirred, looked up sleepily, and murmured, "Daddy Ryan, can we have pancakes tomorrow?" Ryan froze, then laughed, a deep, genuine laugh that filled the quiet room. "Yeah, buddy," he said softly. "Pancakes every morning." Sometimes, love doesn't arrive with grand gestures. It walks in quietly, wearing torn clothes, holding a child's hand, and changes everything forever. Red Heart.